Hello, friends. Today I want to have a conversation about how to set up your own home workout space, specifically to do with getting an area dedicated for you to be able to move your body. Mine is in the basement, and this area that you see behind me is a non-negotiable, meaning that my children and they have to be respectful of my area. So in terms of what is in my home gym, it's basically things that I acquired over time. But let's go back to a dedicated space. I think that is a lot of the times what families have is a home that every room there's actually a shared space. Now your room, if you have a partner or whatever or whatnot, that of course is a dedicated space. But I think that there is something to be said about claiming an area and saying to your children or someone that is, that this is my dedicated area, not out of spite or out of saying, in a harsh way. I think it's important to actually say in a compassionate, loving way, I need a space. I need somewhere where I can dedicate this to be for me. And the reason why that is monumental is because despite motivation, despite anything, that's your dedicated space where you feel safe enough to move. Nobody's watching, everybody's respectful, and you can either use music or use anything that you want to do in terms of tools, because at the end of the day, tools are, it doesn't really matter what tools you use. Weight, these bands, it doesn't matter what you use. You could use literally nothing. You don't have to really invest if you're moving your body. Does that make sense? Now, in terms of setting up tools, it really truly depends on what you want to do, because I think that exercise is very personalized. For me, in order for me to keep consistent, meaning for me to be able to do exercise every day, was I needed to fall in love with what I was doing. So what does that mean? Well, I needed to find what I enjoyed. What was that I enjoyed? Weights. Weights I enjoy. Why? Because they're low there's no cardio. There's just tolerance. There is a goal that you need to move up, or in that you can. And that you really truly don't necessarily even need dumbbells. Dumbbells can come, but as you acquire them. I did not get all my set necessarily at one shot. As I was acquiring, I acquired my bench, these guys. I acquired a jumping rope as I was able to afford it. So, and that this is literally a 5-year endeavor. So it doesn't come evolution-wise. Now, this does not mean that I actually do not get bored with weights. I do when I have very low motivation. I do change it up. What does that mean? I look for dancing videos. I look for learning how to do jazz, or I look for learning how to samba, and I look for those videos and I spend at least 30 minutes moving my body. Those are very important to do. Why? Because it keeps you in your day the same so you can continue to just move your body. And it doesn't truly matter what you do. So with that said, there would be some days that I don't even want to dance, I just want to walk, and I would do that. Either I do go outside if the weather is nice, or I use my walking treadmill, which wasn't very expensive either. So, but it doesn't go very high. It's not it's one of those things that I actually bought, like I think it was $900, which was pretty expensive for me. And again, acquiring all these tools in the 5-year span, and me focusing on movement. The last thing I do want to say is this. I think it's very important to really test and acknowledge what time of the day you can dedicate at least 30 minutes of movement. Why is this important? It's because, for example, for me, I pass a certain time, I am not moving at all. I am exhausted. I cannot, motivation is out the window, with whether it's food, whether it's movement, whether it's anything. Why? Because I had spent my whole day working, dealing with kids, and cooking and cleaning up. Now my kids are old enough to help me, let's acknowledge that, but it does take a toll. By 7 p.m. I am exhausted. All I want to do is either watch TV, something I enjoy, or just do something like, for example, do baking, or look at things that, like, for example, I'm all about the sourdough this month, so I'm all about the recipes and things like that. Those are things I enjoy. That's required for me to continue to stare at a screen, which I do that too in my full-time job, but I enjoy it. That is something that is outside of what I do every day. So finding a time that works for you is very important. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this chat, and I really truly hope that you find something that you truly enjoy to do. I wish you health and happiness and movement, because at the end of the day, movement is a celebration of life, of joy, and of your ability to be free. Have a good day.